Hey, you made it. Come on in and join me. I'm Angela, and this is me making sense of myself. I'm super glad you're here. If you haven't done so yet, hit the subscribe button so you can follow the adventure as it unfolds. And if you love this podcast, share it with your friends. It is Friday and time for the Frittity or the Friday Ditty. I will share with you a poem about this week's topic, overwhelm and optimism, along with explaining what happened inside of me. I'm not giving advice. If you want advice, there are plenty of people who would love more than anything to tell you what to do. And I truly believe you have the capacity to understand yourself. And most times that's through understanding other people. So let's get to it. The title of my poem is Angela's Optimistic Adventure. Hi, I'm Angela, sometimes feeling overwhelmed and blue, but let me tell you a secret, something I'll share with you. When things seem too much and my worries are deep, I find a little optimism to help me take a leap. Sometimes it's people who bring a smile to my face, friends and family, their love and embrace. They'll lift my spirits, make me feel so grand. With their support, I'm ready to take a stand. Other times, a show or a movie will do the trick, like Aragon, a tale that makes my heart tick. Or The Greatest Showman, a film full of delight, spreading optimism from morning till night. A new discovery on Prime, a gem of a show, Champions with Woody Harrelson, don't you know? It teaches us that we're all the same inside, no matter our differences, together we abide. With love and understanding, we can conquer any fear, finding optimism in our hearts clear. So when you're feeling overwhelmed, my dear friend, remember optimism is a treasure to mend. Now go on, my friend, and spread the optimistic cheer. Believe in yourself and never ever fear. You have the power to find your joy every day, just like me, who's here to show you the way. So I don't know about you, but for me, overwhelm can sneak up. And maybe there's a threshold that needs to be crossed physiologically, but I'm not sure. It could be that too many things are happening at once. Sometimes I'm good at managing my pain, and other times I'm not. I do my best to pace, and yet that doesn't always stop the feeling of overwhelm from arriving. Once I'm overwhelmed, I notice shallow breathing, which may in fact contribute to the sensation of overwhelm. It is possible that I'm not aware that I'm shallow breathing before I sense the feeling of overwhelm. So the other things I notice are my body becomes tense. Again, I'm not certain when this happens. I only notice after I recognize that I'm overwhelmed. So another thing that I do is I start looking to justify the sensation. My brain loves to tell stories about what's happening. Chris Niebauer, PhD, explains in his book, No Self, No Problem, the sense of self is created by the left brain, and the left brain acts as an interpreter for reality. Basically, it likes to tell stories. And this interpreter is often completely and totally wrong. So I look for information that validates the feelings I'm having, which can get me in big trouble. This means that I've put the blinders on. And I only see what I think I should see. I can't see the many potential options because I only see what justifies the sensations in my body. When I just go with the feeling, my responses to others will be in line with overwhelm, which may in all actuality increase the dysfunction because how I interact with others may actually perpetuate the problem. This is a huge struggle for me because I have chronic pain. So a lot of times I have to really slow down and ask myself, is this my pain, or is there more, or is it something else altogether? I also notice digestive changes, difficulty sleeping, both of which are also impacted by chronic pain. But we haven't gotten to how do I shift to finding my optimism. Let's talk about that. That sounds like a lot more fun. Once I recognize the overwhelm, I have to slow down. If there's a conversation happening, I let them know I'm overwhelmed and need time to shift. A conversation partner that's understanding will recognize my need to calm down and respect it. Even so, if they are also struggling with overwhelm and have not recognized it themselves, they may be unable to respect the boundary. I've learned that I might need to repeat what I need and or leave the situation until my brain and theirs can come online again. The next thing I do is I consciously shift my breathing. I personally love heart rhythm meditation, where I slow the breath down, find a balanced breath, and imagine breathing through my heart while thinking of something I'm grateful for or someone I love. If I'm still struggling, I call my friends and ask them to remind me how they get through overwhelm. In some ways, I'm saying, talk me off the ledge. And other times I go to the work.org, where I use the 4 questions. Another thing I do is I bring myself to the present, usually by asking myself to look around and identify something from each of the 5 senses. I start to look for my resilience. What did I do well to get through overwhelm before? I remember to treat myself with kindness and give myself care. If I'm still having difficulty managing my overwhelm, I may also reach out to a mental health professional. Something that I've learned is that no one else could tell me if I should be overwhelmed or not. Every single one of us is impacted differently in different situations. If you have the feeling of overwhelm, trust it and take the next best step for you. And remember, those mental health professionals want to help, so please reach out. So let's embark on this optimistic adventure with love in our hearts and minds so pure. Remember, my friend, when you start to feel blue, optimism is always waiting for you. Like, share, and comment below to let me know what topics you'd like me to explore next. Remember to subscribe to Me Making Sense of Myself for weekly doses of information and self-discovery. If you have a question, send it over. I might just answer it. Let's do this together. I'm Angela, and this is Me Making Sense of Myself.